things I found in my kitchen because we're all in lockdown and that's what we're all gonna do now. So last week we learned to make a beer with sadness, anger. This week I found some ham. I thought it was a ham bone. And I had these green peas, and some other crap, and I thought, well, it's time for split pea soup. So that's what we're making this week. For this recipe, you'll need a 1 pound bag of split peas. They're dry, they're hard to find when you look for them in the store, but they're there, and no one else bought them. Because what the hell do you do with them outside of make split pea soup? Ham. If you have a ham bone, great. I didn't have a ham bone, I had ham. It was in my freezer, way in the back. I'm using ham. An onion. It was behind some stuff. 2 carrots. They were also kind of like halfway behind some stuff. I found 2 carrots. 3 celery. I always have too much celery. It comes in way too much celery. Garlic. So I had 4. I had 4 and then I ran out. It really messed up my next recipe. 4 garlic. Scotch. That doesn't go in the recipe, that goes in the cook. Better than bouillon. It's like you got a chicken one and a garlic one, because I don't have enough of either of them. You got chicken stock, use chicken stock. Man, I don't know. What do you got in your fridge? Just do your thing. Oil. I have olive oil, so I'm using it. I also have grapeseed oil. I don't know why I have grapeseed oil. What do you use grapeseed oil for? I'm using olive oil. Water. 6 cups of water. 5 cups of water and 1 cup of water. Separate your 2 cups. You want a 5 cup and just get 6 cups of water, you'll be fine. You're gonna need a big ass measuring cup, a tablespoon measurement thingy, a knife. You can use any knife you have. They're all gonna work. Just try not to cut your fingers off. You're gonna want some like tongs, spring-loaded tongs. Just get something to touch the hot things that aren't your hand. But the most important thing for this particular recipe is I have an Instapot. I'm one of those people. I'm proud of it. You are too. Be proud of who you are. Well, let's get down to it. The first thing we gotta do is sear this ham, because it's not a ham bone and I have not yet forgiven it for that. So we go to our Instapot, crack this guy open and hit saute. It's gonna do its thing now. I don't really understand it, but that's okay. I'm gonna give it some oil, because oil. We put it in things. Sure, that's enough. And now we wait for it to say hot, because that's how we know when it's hot. Excellent. While that's heating up, we're gonna cut up all of our stuff. Start with your carrots, because they were right there on the left. We get rid of the ends. I honestly don't know if you have to get rid of the ends. I've always been told to get rid of the ends, so I'm doing it. And these you're actually gonna eat, so you want these in small enough bits that you'll be happy to eat them. I like to cut them in half lengthwise. Do what you like, you're an adult. So we hack the puppies up. Oh, it's important to remember, always have a good knife, preferably one your mother gave you, because those tend to be the best. I'm gonna give them, well, not super small, not super large. I like the biting them. I like to bite things. It's fun. So we'll hack them up. It's important to remember to fold your fingers back, even though you don't know how and you don't actually do it, but really cutting the hell out of your finger is a lousy thing. I'm actually missing a very small part of one of my fingers because I didn't do that. All right, so I got those. Now we got our celery. Our celery is bruised and gross, and it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. Just use it. It's celery, for God's sakes. What do you want from it? So we'll hack off the weird bits on the end. Again, like the ends of the carrots, I'm told that's what you do, so I'm doing it. And the other end. Okay. And then we make them that big. What's that? 1.5 inch. 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch. it doesn't actually matter. You're gonna make food with it. No one's gonna die from this, probably, today. There's a plague on. Just try not to hurt yourself. We got garlics. Garlics are good. You get rid of the little tiny brown bit on the end. I don't know why. I've never asked. I just get rid of them. That's what they, yeah. It looks weird. That's a good enough reason for me. It looks weird, we're getting rid of it. And then we're gonna hack them up small enough to bite into without hating yourself later. I like to do this. It's my thing. You don't have to. Do what you like. You take the flat of your knife, you push, and it's fun. I don't know that it helps, but it sure is fun. It also smears everything else all around your kitchen, but hooray. And now we're going to chop them up a little bit more. I read an article once that said this actually changed the flavor when you cook it, but then the article got technical and I got bored and ignored it. So there's that. And then we got our onion. Onions are important because they've got the onion in them. Let's get rid of the crappy ends of the onion and the skin bits. Just, you don't want the ugly, gross, dead-looking papery parts on the outside because they're evil and they talk crap about you. That's what happens. But we're just going to cut these guys up into manageable portions. We don't need them super small. Chunky's fine. It's a soup. You're going to eat it. Just make them small enough that when you have a spoon to put food in your face, you're okay. Yeah. That'll be good. So I'm going to go with that-ish, that-ish, that-ish plus smaller that-ish, and right, love it, perfection. Some of you out there might be professionals, and you might have opinions about how I cut that up. Keep them to yourself. The rest of you, do it exactly like I did because it's perfect and no one with an opinion is willing to talk about it. This is sort of a mirepoix, which is a French word meaning French things. But basically it means you're making soup and you don't live in New Orleans. So that means soup. That means soup. That's hot. So next up we take our ham, which is not a ham bone, and is a jerk for not being a ham bone. And we take our these guys, because Alton Brown says that these are the best thing ever, and he's sexy. And then we come over here, we are gonna sear these and it's gonna be fun. All right, we got oil inside, we got a hot thing, and I love that sound. We're not gonna overcrowd it, we're just gonna crap some pieces in there. Look at me go. Sort of big side. Screw it, it's fine. One more. Yeah, right there. All right, the idea is we're gonna brown them because it's hot and they're oil. And that's gonna do a thing that has chemical science names that do not matter in any way, shape, or form to your life. But when it gets cool and brown and looks neat and smells good, that means it tastes better. That's a science fact. Or whatever. This can take a minute. So what I'm going to do is give these until that happens on each side and sort of turn them. And then when all of that and all of this is done, I'm going to take it all back out and put it back into this bowl so I don't have to wash as many dishes.
I mean, I don't have to do as many dishes.
That brownie thing right there where it's all brown and cool looking, yeah, that's totally what we're looking for. Just keep changing sides until it looks fun and tasty and smells good. And yeah, sizzle. Woohoo! That piece is done. It's getting replaced. That piece. Go in there and burn. That piece is done, so it comes out. We're gonna go, ooh, I got a big piece. Yeah. Yeah, he knows what he did. Okay, we've given these about 3 to 5 minutes per down-facing side, and that gets some fun, burny-looking results, which that's flavor, and we want that. Now pull everything out of here because it's all my chunks are good and toasty burned, my little bits. And if you look inside with your thing, you can see all that stuff. That's what they call flavor. And next in, we're going to put in our mirepoix bits. That's what you do. You sort of fry them a little bit. Okay, mirepoix bits. This is the next stuff to go in. So oil, because I'm using olive oil because it was already on my counter. That's good enough for me. It's fine. Use what you got. I put enough in to feel good about myself. And all right, then we're just going to chuck all this good stuff here into there. That's the carrots, which our lovely director and producer stole one of. So for those of you on the trivia page in IMDb, she took it. It goes in there. It's so hot. We're hot. It's all good. Yay. Yay, garlic. Yeah. Okay, just cram it in and try really hard not to cut your foot off with your knife. If you do cut your foot off with your knife, don't mention me when you go to the ER. They've heard of me. It's not good. These two were on the floor. I'm going to wash them off and put them in. Don't tell my wife. She's running the camera. Alright, we're going to give those a bit of a stir. Really mix that oil around. Now you see in there, you got a good frond. That brown crap on the bottom is called also flavor, and you want it. And look what we're doing in the pot. It's a distraction. Okay. Next up, we need to prepare a whole bunch of stock thing. 6 cups total. I have 5 cups in here, and I took 1 cup out because I'm going to take my chicken, roast chicken base, better than bouillon, because I read in an article that it was good, and then I tried it and it was good. It's a tablespoon. It was the first measuring spoon on top in my drawer that's a mess. 1 tablespoon, I think, is 3 teaspoons, and this says 1 teaspoon equals 1 cube or 1 8-ounce can, and a cup is 8 ounces, and we have 6 cups, so I need 1 of each of these in there. Ish. Yeah! Now, normally you'd wash this off, but since my wife can't see me because she's busy running the camera, my hands are clean. Clean hands. And then we put this in the microwave because we want to get the hot water hot so it all melts up in there and it's all good and gooey. And I don't know, 60 seconds, whatever. I promise not to tell anyone if you screw this up. If you promise not to tell anyone if I screw this up. It's a whiskey promise. I promise. And then I wash all this crap off my hand. This is sizzling. It smells good. I'm going to stir it. Okay. Here's what happens next. I explained it earlier. I said peas when I meant split peas. My thumb was on top of the part that said split, and I panicked and forgot what the hell I was making. This is split pea soup, not pea soup. And there's a difference. This is a pound of split peas, not peas. We're making split pea soup. Oh, these are done. Okay, what we've got here is hotish water with these bouillon things in them, and then we mix them around until they're all good and dissolved. It's important because this stuff is tasty, but it does not dissolve super easy. All right, I'll mix them together. Yay, scrape, 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 mixy, 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 mixy. Okay, this is an important part. Because what happens now is we've got our mirepoix over here hottening. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I don't know, that's hot enough, sure, what the hell, who cares? We're turning it off. This is my favorite part. I'll admit it, I'm not ashamed to say it. It's where I dump everything into one pan and put a lid on and go away and make another whiskey promise. Okay, so we're going to do that. This is cooling down. Hi, Ham. Welcome to hell. Split peas. Be free. That was 1 pound, by the way. 1 baggy pound of split peas. And then a whole damn mess of liquid. Now, this is an Instapot, which is made of amazing, so you don't have to worry too much. I'm going to give that a little swirl, fully unnecessarily. You don't have to, it just brings me joy. And now, remember, don't leave off the little silicone ring thing. It's not fun. We set it to ceiling, and we give it manual 15 minutes. Make your promises. Do what you need to do. Now we wait. Okay, it's done. That was 15 minutes. But now you have to wait more than 15 minutes because you have to let it do a natural release, which is when it just sort of slowly gets the pressure equal again. Rather than just opening it all at once, we're going to let it sit until it's done. We don't have that kind of patience. We're going to give it 15 minutes and then we're opening the tap on this sucker because I'm not waiting that long. I've got things to do. That's a lie. In 15 minutes, I'm just going to open this. Okay, we'll be back in 14 minutes. 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Okay, it's been 18 minutes because I'm lazy. But we're at 18 minutes, and if you can look up here, you see that thing, it's not down again, which means there's still pressure here. Normally, you'd let it just release naturally over time. Because you don't have things to do, but we do. This is my favorite part. It's literally the only reason I have this thing. Ready? Let's do it. It's dangerous, and you can burn yourself, and I really like it. It's fun because it does this thing. It's cool. And it's going to do this for longer than seems natural. When it's done, we'll open it up. Seriously, this is going to take a minute. We farted. Now it's scotch. It smells like pea soup, which is good under these circumstances.
Does pea soup smell like split pea soup?
It smells like split pea soup, which is good under these circumstances. like split pea soup. Hold on, almost there. Let's see if we can watch it go down. It's close now. This could take a minute. Ooh, oh, yeah, all right, that's good stuff. Hold on. Is it? Yeah, do it. Do it. You know you want to do it. Do it though. I'm gonna give him a little juice. There we go. Okay, you ready for this? If all is going well, this is now split pea soup. Not pea soup, split pea soup. Okay, we go. That is chunky and I love it. This is going to continue to thicken up. We're going to give it a bit of a stir. Oh, yeah, it's good stuff. Look at that. Hang on. Smoosh the ham. Smoosh that ham. Give it a smoosh. Smooshing ham. Yeah, you like that, don't you, ham? You're gross, you're sick, you're weird. This is now split pea soup. It is ready to eat. We can smoosh ham more if we feel like it, or you can just take it out in big old chunks. It's delicious when you're done. Eat your split pea soup. It's right there. It's ready to go. Eat your split pea soup. Eat your split pea soup. Eat your split pea soup. Okay, it's split pea soup. I'll put it in a bowl. All right. Messy. And garnished. Once for a second there. Garnished. Perfect. Thank you for joining us this week for this episode of Cooking with Things I Found in My Kitchen. This has been a My Darling Quarantine production. I'd like to thank our director and producer, Molly. She's the only professional here, and she knows what she's doing. I'd like to thank our director of photography, Kira. She's awesome. And I'd like to thank dinner, because I like dinner. Join us next week when I look around the kitchen and decide to make, I don't know, maybe we'll learn to make the cat. He's around here somewhere. He knows what he did. I can eat dinner now. Have a good week. Enjoy quarantine. Okay, try this.
Okay. There's a whole tomato.
Good for you. It's got tomato in it.
No, hot.
It might be hot.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I'm so hungry. Makes the rice. It's good soup.
It's good soup.